Game technology has evolved a lot over the last 20 years of gaming. I became interested in Kinect because the whole idea of not having a controller in your hand to me seemed inherently interesting, a way of bringing people together in a room rather than having to share or find controllers, and to just simply interact with software just by moving your hands or moving your body. I thought that was fascinating.
Working with the Kinect brings a lot of challenges, but I think it also allowed us to create a game that feels very, it's very physical to interact with, and it makes it accessible to a lot of people who might not pick up a controller, who might not be able to interact with music software on another platform.
If we made Fantasia a controller game, you would not get that real visceral feeling of movement and music that you can out of a title like we have here with Kinect. It connects you in a way that a controller really can't to the music.
The relationship you have with software through a device like this seems small and constrained, and we wanted to create something that was specifically creative and expressive, and it feels way better to be able to sort of get out there, move your body, and express yourself through the way you move.
We wanted to make the player feel like the conductor right off the bat, so that was like in our very early prototypes, was to include the player's silhouette, which is such a powerful thing and something you get from having Kinect and put them first and foremost in the game. So you see yourself right off the bat. And I think that's a really nice callback to the film, which is very much an iconic part of it.
I'd say the Kinect has really opened up our possibilities and able to connect the player to motion and music in a way that we really couldn't before. The fidelity that we have with the Kinect camera really lets us ask the player to do complex motions, and we'll be able to reward them for those kind of deep interactions that we couldn't have had before.
The Kinect and physical performance being a thing that we can sense well, and giving people that feeling of conducting, of sorcery, is a thing that we could never have done 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Having people feel like they're actually reaching out and grabbing the music is something that's very contemporary.
We wanted to welcome people into this wonderful world of expression and creativity. So we built a system where we track your position. Moving left or right just in your room actually moves the camera around the world, and we control that pretty well so that you can't really get into trouble, but it does give you all the tools you need to be able to think beyond the screen that you see right now.
The stepping left and stepping right, we wanted to take advantage of the skeletal connection to the game and allow you to explore your play space in your living room while also exploring the game world at the same time.
That's how you get to see the overall scene. And then the other is you get to use your hand to control what we call a muse, which is essentially the way of reaching into the world and affecting what's going on. That's kind of the magic of what we can do in this game because of Kinect. Kinect allows this kind of feeling to happen. Yeah, of course, maybe you could figure out how to map it to a joystick, but we don't want that mapping. We want it to be you in the scene, feeling like you're actually there.
To me, that really delivers on part of Walt's vision, where he really wanted this music that kind of lived in a stately concert hall to connect with a mass audience. I think in the same way, this tearing down the interface, letting the player be the controller, allows a whole bunch of people to connect with this music in a way that they might not otherwise be able to.
No game is a good game without fun, right? And that's where harmonics was really critical. How it all works to make something that is simply fun to do that. Because that's all about feedback from the game. If you don't create really amazing feedback that feels natural, that feels expressive, doing this doesn't feel inherently fun to me now. But if I do that in front of the game and particles explode and the music responds, that's fun. And to be honest, in video games, that's an elusive art.